What's going on, guys? How y'all doing today? American Luchador here. Welcome to the WWE RAW Review Results Reactions for Monday Night Raw for July 20th, 2020 right here on the channel. If you get subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel at American Luchador right here on YouTube.com. Also, guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at American Luchador 913. Don't forget, Alabama Wrestling Federation presents Fighting for Cancer, August 1st, Lucedale, Mississippi, George County Fairgrounds. I will be appearing there and so many more other pro wrestlers. It's in Lucedale, George County Fairgrounds, Mississippi. You can Google it if you don't know where it's at. Guys, getting to the review. Aleister Black versus Murphy was the kickoff. Aleister Black versus Seth Rollins was the first match of the card. Winner was Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins did the stomp. Slick falls over for the cover and defeats. Seth Rollins wins, defeats Aleister Black. Seth and Murphy then leave, help the rep, but they ride back down and start attacking Aleister all together, and they take him outside, slam him into the barricade, and then drag him over to the ring post and whack his arm off of it. Rollins slams him down by the arm on the floor, and then they bang into the announce table desk repeatedly. Seth stands over and beats him down, and then jumps on it, and Black screams. We see a replay of last night. MVP announcing himself United States champion, and Lashley backstage. Rod Sivas tells him that there is a better way of doing things, and they walk off. Truth appears with a giant an MVP's belt. It's nice replica. MVP gets annoyed. Benjamin walks over. Benjamin appears and wanted the 24/7 title from R-Truth, and then me joining them at Shelton. Benjamin then boots Truth from behind and pins him. Shelton Benjamin becomes the new 24/7 champion. MVP Lashley and Benjamin walk to the ring. MVP, Lashley, and Benjamin come down to the ring to talk about last night becoming the new United States champion, and didn't even break a sweat. And that's because the CEO of the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley, and Apollo Crews, talking about a few weeks ago. This led to Ricochet and Cedric Alexander coming out to the ring, and they said MVP and talks about how they don't have an opponent for their team tonight. Comes out, they say actually we do have a opponent out because Mustafa Ali returned. Mustafa Ali. MVP Lashley, MVP Lashley and Shelton Benjamin versus Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, and Mustafa returning to Mustafa Ali. In this match, Mustafa Ali got the win for the team off a 450 splash and a neck breaker. Winners Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, and Mustafa Ali defeat Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin. We get Randy Orton backstage. He talks about the moments of his career that made his career, and people might think when he joined the Evolution because the youngest WWE champion of all time, or beating Mick Foley in a hardcore match, but that's all he thinks about. Were the greatest moments of memories from the death. The boat was 124 days, but he swung a chair on down to the neck of Edge, and that moment was grim. And then he talked about punting Christian into retirement, and now he has Big Show has come back to seek retribution, but he will immediately has his pleasure in his career once and for all. Christian joins me with a satellite, talks about sometimes he still hurts, talked about Big Show is gonna knock Randy out cold. We see Sarah Garland with Becky Belair backstage. That was a segment ended with we get a match between Ruby Riott and Peyton Royce. Ruby Riott wins the match, capitalized with a Riott kick for the win. We got Charlotte Luster was backstage with Selena Vega, and that was backstage segment with Selena Vega, Angel Garza, and Andrade. The Street Profits attack from behind, and the heels get beat down, and then the match is next. We get Street Profits with Selena Vega versus the Andrade and Angel Garza. Winners of the match were the Street Profits. We see what's up? We got Sasha Banks coming down the ring, make their way to the ring, talking about being 2 belts. Bayley saying the fans were booing Sasha Banks, and says a lot of people have been talking and accusing her of stealing the Raw Women's title. This led to Asuka says that tried to blind the referee. Asuka said that she was not ready for her. Asuka says that Banks was not ready for Asuka, and who was not ready for the thief. Asuka and Banks are holding the title, so Sasha tells her to come on and get it. The Kabuki Warriors walk down to the ring, but Stephanie McMahon appears on the screen and tells them to hold on. She congratulates them on being champs, but she says Sasha Banks is not the Raw Women's Champion, and neither is Asuka. So Stephanie McMahon made a match for next week. It will be Asuka versus Banks for the title, and they will have a rematch to determine the rightful champion. If Bayley gets involved, Sasha will loses. Kairi Sane versus Bayley is next. Bayley versus Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane picks up the victory over Bayley with a roll up. Next we see Drew McIntyre is down backstage. He said that he felt he was a liar if he said he felt good, but he is still WWE champion, and he is heading to the ring to discuss his future. WWE champion Drew McIntyre walks to the ring, comes out with talks about he had defeated Dolph Ziggler, he has dealt with Ziggler, so he comes out, so that he saw fear, and he deserves another title match. Drew granted him another title match, and he said he will give him the title match at SummerSlam if he can pick the stipulation. And Dolph said, "What's the stipulation?" And Drew said, "You'll have to wait like I did, just minutes before the match." Then in the main event of Raw, we got Randy Orton versus Big Show in the unsanctioned match. Big Show versus Orton. At the bell, Orton dodges, slaps him in the chest. Orton kicks him. Big Show and gets the focus on the corner and punches him twice. Big Show gets beat down. Big Show beats down Orton, then counters to the chest. Orton attempts to flash back, but Big Show hits him with a spear and rolls over on the outside. We see Show rolls onto the apron where Randy Orton hits him with a chair. Once again, that puts the chair over the rope for a jumping DDT. Orton droops into the knees, punches to the ground, and then hits a second RKO and scores the pinfall winner. Randy Orton defeats Big Show in the unsanctioned match. At the match, Randy Orton poses with the referee, and then he watches as Show tries to get up to his feet. Randy Orton walks back over to the corner and then hits the punt. Orton gets in the Show's ear and tells him to hold him just like the others. One more legend down. Guys, that is official WWE RAW review and results and reaction for Monday Night Raw. Raw for July 20th, 2020. If you enjoyed the review, hit the thumbs as hard as you can. But like I said, please subscribe to my channel at American Luchador on YouTube.com and follow me on Instagram at American Luchador 13. That is a review. Hope you enjoy it, guys. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.